Welcome to the Grand Rapids Fire Department live fire training facility. This is the second installment of videos tracking the progress of the GRFD through the transformation process. You may ask why we're in a building out here at the edge of the city. Well, it's interesting. When we looked at new technology for the department, one of the biggest contributing factors to success was training. It's not the actual technology itself. That's been proven and it works. It's the actual human aspect and having the people understand why and how something works. So we identified a few technologies: positive pressure attack and compressed air foam. Last year we did a temporary live fire facility for positive pressure attack, had some great results. However, it was unsustainable. Through the collaborative partnership of the Local 366, the training division, fire admin, and many other key players throughout the city, we've been able to construct an extraordinary facility here that's going to provide years of service to the GRFD.
With this transformation that's been set forth by the city leaders, that the department needs to save 10% in its operating budget, that the department needs to keep the same desired outcomes. So what we're providing for the citizens of Grand Rapids, right now that level of service needs to be maintained even though our budget is going to be reduced 10%. And in order to do that, we need to increase the effectiveness and productivity of our personnel, hence the investment through the transformation fund on a burn facility.
This is a great example of what we're doing with lean thinking. So the fire department, our SPOs, and the whole team, fire administration, and all the firefighters work together on a lean A3 that described how this is going to work. And by doing this, by building this training facility you see over my shoulder, you're going to save a lot of money. We're going to be able to implement other tools, and it's just really the best example of an implementation of lean A3 techniques that we've had so far.
This is the third one that I've been involved with building. The other two were in Chile and Argentina. There truly you are building everything green because they have no money. So it gave me a good heads up on how to operate here and move things through and get everything built together. Very little trash came out of this. Any trash that did come out of it is stored behind the building that we can turn around and burn back in the building when we're all done. There'll be no carbon footprint of this building left when we're all done building it. $250,000 building for $65,000. It's a pretty good deal. We should get at least a decade out of burning in this building without any issues whatsoever.
Good afternoon, my name is Kevin Selmeyer and I'm the training chief for the Grand Rapids Fire Department. I wanted to take you out here today and show you a new resource that's available to the Grand Rapids Fire Department to provide live fire training for our members. And this building is a culmination of many efforts that have come together, many talents from the members of the Grand Rapids Fire Department, and also many donations from the community in the form of resources to help us construct this building. Why don't we head on inside and I'll show you what we can do in this live burning structure. As you can see in our live burn structure here, we have the ability to fight fires in what would be very similar to most homes in the community. You enter into an entry area off the front door and you move into a living room or a great room. It was very important to us that we had the ability to set this up so that it looked like somebody's house. We want to have the realism for our firefighters. If you notice kind of back where we just came in, we've got kind of a front room or a parlor over there. It could be a bedroom coming off of there. The doors swing inward just like they do in the houses. You'll also see many windows throughout the building. It was important. Most homes have 4 windows across the front, and so we wanted everything to be similar so that when we vented the fire, that the fire behaved the way that it normally would when we were inside of somebody's home. As you walk into this area, you'll notice as you come off the living room, in most cases you'll have a staircase that goes to the second floor. We'll head up there in a minute, but give you an idea at this top, it simulates bedrooms. So if we had a fire 3 o'clock in the morning and it's in the kitchen, we want to make sure we get crews above the fire to search. So we wanted to make sure that we could have the realism in our training. You come back into this area, you're really kind of walking in the common area. The back area over here is a kitchen. There's also a door going out to a garage. Many times we have garage fires, and we use techniques to keep the fire out of the house, so it allows us to train with that. But also even here in the kitchen, Your kitchen counter and your sink sits here. Usually you have a rectangle shaped window over there. It's a little bit higher than most of the other windows in your house. And the idea, we want the firefighters, when they do a 360 on the building, when they do that walk around on the building, that they can identify, hey, the kitchen's over in this part of the building. So if you come back over here, we have a back door, goes out to a deck. And then further we have what would be kind of a mud room or a utility room over here. And the idea is that you have your washer and dryer and some of those different things in here. Notice we have the separation to go from room to room. Very realistic to the average house that we're going to encounter in the Grand Rapids area. Why don't we head on upstairs, and I'll give you an upstairs tour of the second floor. Just want to point out that this door here is more for our egress, for our safety when we train. Most of the time when you come to the top of somebody's stairs, there isn't a door that goes to the outside. But we wanted to show that when you hit the top of that hallway, you're going to head down, back, along the stairwell in many cases. And you're going to move into an area that would be kind of a common area. And then we have the 3 bedrooms that go off in different areas over here. So this gives us the ability to practice fighting fires on the second floor of the structure. Further, what it's going to allow us to do, that door that I showed you that was there for our egress, we're actually going to be able to simulate a basement fire. So when we come in off of a side door and we actually go down the stairs into the building. So if you're looking at this building, we can train on 1-story homes, 2-story homes, and we even will have the ability for the first time that I'm aware of in a lot of places to simulate, or not so much simulate because we will have live fire, but to actually do basement firefighting training. Yep, just leaning in on here. Okay, so you guys, and basement fires are unique in the sense that you don't have very many windows, if any windows in some cases, and literally you have to make it from the landing up here. You come off the side hallway of somebody's house, or you come off their garage, and you have to go down the basement. One of the dangers of firefighting in the basement is you better make sure you have enough hose so you can get all the way down the stairs as quickly as you can, because you're in the chimney and having all the heat. And really, we probably don't feel the relief till we're actually down here. So one of the things this is going to allow us to do is that it's not always the smoothest thing to do to train in a basement. It takes a lot of teamwork. It takes a lot of working together to get that hose to have enough slack to get from that landing where we were just at to down to here. But also further, it's going to allow us, we'll have the ability, because we have openings around for basement size windows, which are usually 16 by 31, which are very small openings that we can use our fans and positive pressure attack. And this will allow us to practice positive pressure attack training in a basement.
Truly what we can do here is everything that we should be faced with in the city, short of an industrial commercial fire. The K-rails that we, again, recycled out of the dump, put them out 40 foot back. That way we've got an offset from the street. And guys have to pull up, stop, and stretch a line into the house. They can stretch around the back, they can stretch to the front, they can stretch up here. If we come up here, we can do 2 different things. We can go in, we got a basement fire, make entry here, and go right down into the stairs and catch a basement fire. Second floor fire, we can throw ladders to this anywhere and make a second floor entry. First floor, we can come in the front, push it out the back. We can set fans. All the deck is big enough to set the fans, not just the blowers, but just simple fans. If we want to set them in series, they're plenty big. If and when we get too much of a fire going in there, the windows are large enough where if you go online, you can actually see Thompson's correlation for flashovers. Take the dimensions of the room, take the windows, put the windows into where they belong in, the height and everything of the windows, and we'll never be able to take the room to flashover just by opening up a window and pushing everything out. We truly will get plethora of experience burning in this building, and there's no other burn structure in Michigan that will stand up to this one.
We're here at the Grand Rapids Fire Department's live fire training center, where we've just witnessed a quite remarkable demonstration in this unit. A blazing fire was extinguished in less than 30 seconds, became a cloud of smoke, and then with the positive pressure that they use, it blew that smoke out immediately. It minimizes damage to the house. It makes it easier and quicker for them to find anyone who might be trapped in that house. It really is quite remarkable.